I didn't plan on crying, but it's been quite a journey. I was I was losing my sight, and I just couldn't accept it. And I found out the other day at my mother's birthday that the family had gotten together, and they were trying to figure out a way to get me to deal with blindness, because I was refusing to admit that I was losing my sight. So my mother had been a long-time volunteer at Insight. She read on the radio. She kept telling me about Insight, and I said, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So I finally succumbed to the tortures of Insight training. And that's where it started. I had to accept that life was changing, and I could either roll with it or fight it. My vision continued to regress. Certainly not because of all the help I got from Rhode Island Eye Institute, and so I'd have surgery, and God bless Dr. Perlman. I'd go in the next day, and the next day, and he'd say, okay, what can you see? What do you see on the chart? I couldn't see the chart. Never mind what could I see on the chart. Because I had had several transplants in the past, and it worked out. I had a transplant I could see, and most people don't have to have 6 or 8 transplants to understand this process, but that's what happened for me. And it all started with Dr. Bear in 1979. And so, you know, we joke at the Rhode Island Eye Institute, because most people's files are thin manila files, and I got this blue monster, and we're on volume 5, and that's okay. That's okay, because I got love and acceptance the whole way, and I was constantly supported, and it was the fall of 2009, and it just wasn't getting any better, and so I was in Dr. Perlman's office, and he said, we're gonna try the other eye. We're gonna try the other eye, which I was blind in, and there was very little hope. And so we did a prosthetic cornea in my right eye, and it was January of 2010, and I understand that the way the process works is after surgery you said have some sight, and so I still couldn't see the chart. I couldn't see anything. So that was in January, and I continued to go to the office, and smiles and support, and so anyway, one morning in March, right after the surgery, every morning I'd wake up and I'd be laying there in bed, and I'd look up at the ceiling, and I'd say, geez, I wonder if today's the day, and I'd open my eyes, and it wasn't the day. That got to be counterproductive after a couple of weeks, so I stopped doing that. And then one morning in late March, I woke up, and I looked down, and I could see these green lines in the sheets, and I thought that the sheets were white. So I kind of ambled off to the bathroom, and I could see the toothpaste. So I called Dr. Perlman, and I said, I'm seeing. And he said, you're delusional. He said, what are you seeing? And I said, I'm seeing. And so I went into the office, and I realized at that point, he told me that it was a miracle, because they never really thought they were going to get me to see. At this point, I never thought I'd play golf again. There's a lot of things I didn't think I could do. So at the end of the tournament, we added it all up, and I won. So I'm the #1 blind golfer in the world. Thank you. So I consider that a responsibility more than an accomplishment, because there's so many things that blind people can do that I was unaware of, and I think that's the message today, is that #1, we're all in this together. It started with services for the blind. It's been the folks, Dr. Bear and Dr. Perlman, Joni and Terry at Rhode Island Eye Institute, Insight, United States Blind Golf Association. The awareness that blind people can do lots of things that sighted people can do. It just takes us a little bit longer.